All right, let's talk about the holy grail of crypto, that one phrase everyone loves to throw around, being early. It's the absolute dream, isn't it? Getting in on the ground floor of something huge? But here's the thing. While everyone wants to be early, almost nobody understands what it actually feels like in the moment.
So let's just ask that. Let's get real. Forget the Lambo memes, forget the rocket ship emojis for just a second. What is the raw emotional reality of being one of the first people into a massive, life-changing opportunity?
For one, it feels hopeless. It's that pit in your stomach feeling like you just threw your money into a deep, dark well. There's no good news. There are no exciting updates. It's just nothing. Silence.
And man, is it boring. I mean, mind-numbingly, painfully boring. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and absolutely nothing happens. The project you put your faith in is just a flat line on a chart, collecting digital dust. And maybe worst of all, it makes you feel like you're going crazy. Seriously, because everyone you know, all the so-called experts on social media, they're all looking at you like you've lost your mind. They're telling you you've been had, that it's a scam, that you should have just bought the safe bet like everyone else. But here is the secret. That awful cocktail of emotions, feeling hopeless, bored, and crazy, that is the exact breeding ground for legendary gains. That pain, that discomfort, that's the price you pay to be truly early. Let's look at a perfect example of this. We're going to talk about Shiba Inu, but I want you to forget the meme coin hype for a second. We're going to look at it as a masterclass in psychology. We have to go back in time, to the period before the explosion, back when 99% of people thought SHIB was a complete and utter joke. Just take a moment and let these numbers sink in. On the left, you've got the all-time low. Count them, that's 10 zeros after the decimal point. On the right, the all-time high. Just 4 zeros. In one single run, 6 zeros just vanished. The sheer scale of that move is almost impossible to wrap your head around. Now imagine back in that hopeless, boring phase. You decided to take a small shot. Nothing crazy, not your life savings, just $100. A little what-the-heck bet on something that felt totally insane. If you had taken that $100 bet and you had held it from that all-time low through all the fear and doubt to the all-time high, it would have turned into $157 million. That's not a typo? And let's be crystal clear about something. This wasn't winning the lottery. This was the direct outcome of a very specific mindset. A mindset that runs toward the fire when everyone else is running away. This is the mindset of a crypto whale.
So let's pull back the curtain and break down this exact mindset. This is the whale's playbook, and it has nothing to do with how much money you have in your account. It's all about how you think.
You see, there are two completely different games being played. The average retail investor, they're waiting for safety. They need to see a green chart. They want to see their favorite influencer pumping a coin. They need to feel the hope and hype. But a whale, they do the exact opposite. They are actively hunting for fear. They look for silence. They wait for those brutal, bloody panic sells.
And look, this isn't some new crypto bro mantra. This is a timeless piece of wisdom from Baron Rothschild, one of the greatest investors in history. The moment of maximum financial opportunity is the moment of maximum pessimism.
So let's put it bluntly. Whales are buying the very emotions that send everyone else running for the hills. They're buying blood, they're buying boredom, they're buying despair, and they are definitely buying silence. Why? Because that's when assets are at an irrational discount. That's when you get the sale of a lifetime. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How can you build this kind of mindset for yourself? Well, it all comes down to 4 core pillars. And again, this has nothing to do with money. It's all about character. Here they are. Pillar 1, patience. The iron will to just wait when absolutely nothing is happening. Pillar 2, conviction. The guts to stick to your research when the whole world is calling you an idiot. Pillar 3, courage. To actually click the buy button when the chart looks like a flatlining heartbeat. And finally, number 4, discipline. The hardest one of all. To hold on and not sell when fear is screaming at you from every direction. It's all mental strength. So if we boil this whole strategy down to a single formula, this is it. This is the entire game. A little bit of money, plus a moment of absolute extreme fear in the market, combined with an insane amount of patience, well, that's the recipe for those life-changing returns. So, what do we do with all this? It's one thing to look back at SHIB and analyze it, But the real challenge, the real opportunity, is to apply this lesson to the market we're in right now, today. Because the next big thing, the next SHIB-like story, is already out there. And I guarantee you, it looks just as hopeless, boring, and crazy as SHIB once did. It's probably a token with so many zeros after the decimal that most people write it off immediately. But as we've just seen, that's exactly where these things start.
So let me just leave you with this little thought experiment. We just saw what happened when a token with 10 zeros got rid of 6 of them. So when the next massive bull run really kicks into high gear, what do you think is going to happen to a token that starts out with 17 zeros?
But you know what? That's just a fun hypothetical. The real question, the one that really matters, is way more personal. It's not about which token to buy. It's about you. Knowing how hard it is, knowing the pain, the boredom, and the self-doubt involved, are you willing to be a whale?